Have you ever wondered how secure your supply chain truly is? In our increasingly digital world, supply chain security has become a paramount concern. It's the invisible thread that ties together every step of a product or service's journey, from conception to the customer's hands. But this interconnectivity can also be a double-edged sword. Consider the case of the infamous SolarWinds hack to understand the devastating impact of a supply chain attack. In late 2020, a major cybersecurity breach came to light. This was not your run-of-the-mill cyber attack. It was a sophisticated, calculated assault on the supply chain of a highly regarded software management company, SolarWinds. The attackers, believed to be state-sponsored, infiltrated SolarWinds' Orion software. This software is widely used by companies and government agencies alike to manage and monitor their IT networks. The attackers injected malicious code into legitimate software updates for Orion, which were then distributed to SolarWinds customers. Now just imagine, these updates, expected to bring improvements and fixes, were instead ticking time bombs that granted the attackers a backdoor into the networks of as many as 18,000 organizations worldwide. That's right, 18,000. Among those ensnared in the net were several U.S. government agencies, including the Departments of Treasury, Commerce, and Homeland Security. The breach had far-reaching consequences, jeopardizing national security and exposing vast amounts of sensitive information. What made this attack particularly insidious was how it exploited the trust that organizations place in their software providers. The attackers didn't break into systems using brute force. Instead, they slipped in unnoticed, disguised within a routine software update. They turned a trusted tool into a Trojan horse, and in doing so, exposed the vulnerabilities inherent in our interconnected digital supply chains. So how do these supply chain attacks happen? Let's delve into the common methods used in supply chain attacks, starting with software tampering. This is a sneaky strategy where attackers inject malicious code into legitimate software. Whether it's an operating system, an application, or even a firmware update, the tainted software then acts as a Trojan horse, opening the door for hackers to access otherwise secure networks and systems. The potential damage? It's staggering. From data breaches to system shutdowns, the outcomes can be disastrous. Next, we have hardware tampering. Picture a device fresh off the assembly line, already compromised. Sounds like a plot from a spy thriller, right? But it's a real threat. Attackers can manipulate hardware components during the manufacturing process, embedding tiny chips or altering firmware that can remotely provide access to sensitive data and systems. The result? A seemingly innocent device becomes a powerful tool in the hands of cybercriminals. Finally, let's not forget about insider threats. These are employees or contractors who, intentionally or unintentionally, facilitate cyber attacks. Whether it's a disgruntled employee seeking revenge, a negligent worker ignoring security protocols, or an unwitting pawn tricked into downloading malware, insider threats can prove just as damaging as external ones. The fallout can range from financial loss to damaged reputations and even legal repercussions. Understanding these methods, it's clear that supply chain attacks are not just about exploiting technical vulnerabilities. They're also about taking advantage of human weaknesses and systemic flaws. The attackers are smart, their methods are complex, and they're always evolving. But here's the good news. Awareness is the first step to prevention. By knowing how these attacks happen, we can start to anticipate them. We can implement better security measures, educate employees, and create systems that are resilient, even in the face of sophisticated attacks. Understanding these methods can help us predict and prevent future attacks. So, what have we learned today about supply chain security? Well, first and foremost, we've seen that supply chain security is crucial. It's not just about one company or one system, it's about the entire interconnected web of digital infrastructures. When one link in the chain is weak, it can expose the entire network to potential breaches. We took a deep dive into the SolarWinds hack, a stark reminder of the impact a single supply chain attack can have. This wasn't just a headline-making incident. It was a wake-up call to organizations worldwide about the critical need for robust supply chain security. We also explored common methods used in these attacks. From exploiting software vulnerabilities to social engineering tactics, attackers are constantly evolving and finding new ways to infiltrate systems. Remember, supply chain security isn't just about protecting your business, it's about safeguarding the entire digital ecosystem.